Well, hello, beautiful family in the light. Happy winter solstice to all of you that are celebrating this magnificent 12/21 today, 10 years after the big 12/21/12. And here we are on this last episode of Ascension Hour with Rev HoniB and her guest in 2022 with my one and only fabulous, delicious, amazing, sacred partner, husband, Michael Abramson, as my guest, as it only made sense for him to be the guest because this day is very special to us as it is 12/12 and onto here. So Michael, my love, welcome to Ascension Hour with Reverend HoniB.
Thank you,
Excited
love.
to have you on.
Thank you so much. It is quite an honor. I feel super blessed that you have taken the opportunity out of all of your incredible, beautiful, enlightened guests to have me on the very last episodes, considering that on this date, we have been either on top of a pyramid, on a temple, driving from one sacred site to another. And it's just fabulous that we get to anchor these energies in here, right back here in the DC metropolitan area. So thank you, love. It's of great gratitude and just deepest appreciation that I can be here on you, as it's always a gift to share these moments, because as you know, we have these conversations for hours over breakfast or in the car. So this is just another journey that we get to embark on today on this sacred winter solstice.
And I welcome you as you're upstairs. I'm right here. We're in the same house doing Zoom live together, and the birds are everywhere, and so are the guinea pigs and the robo hamster. So we're blasting it right here. And I welcome everyone on the show. So as usual, let us just go ahead and bring the prayers in before we start the show, as Michael and I have a lot to share today on this Ascension Hour. So everybody go ahead and just place your feet flat on the floor and go ahead and close your eyes and place your hands on your heart and go ahead and take a deep, nice in-breath into your heart space and hold your breath as you drop into the center of that sacred, holy, pure white light that is crystalline in its clarity of luminosity. Connect with that center of your heart as you breathe out. Let us go ahead and take another deep in-breath in, allowing the breath to be even slower, even deeper, all the way back into that sacred heart space, dropping it in that center. And now as you hold your breath, draw your attention downward to the lower chakras, passing through the Earth Star chakra, all the way down in that column of light to the heart of Sophia Gaia's crystalline diamond heart, and make the connection from your heart to her heart, and breathe the breath out. Let us now draw the breath even slower, even deeper, slowing the brain waves down deeper as you draw it right into the center of your crystalline diamond heart. And as you hold your breath, let us draw your attention now upwards through the higher chakras, passing through your soul star chakra, all the way up, passing through our sun, into the galactic sun, all the way to the center of Source, the heart of Source and its luminosity of light, and all the way connecting to that Christ light. Breathe your breath out. Let us now draw the breath one more time from this horizontal plane deep into the center of your heart and connect into its center. As you connect with this brilliant light of love inside. And as you hold your breath and you connect in this column of light that is vertical as well as horizontal, I want you to breathe the breath out and allow it to engulf you in this dazzling, bubbling, crystalline plasma light. Now we recognize each of us are completely enclosed in this spectacular, beautiful sphere of light that is completely connected to the plasma light. And anything less than the divine perfection of source will not interact in any which way. And all that we be shared through this portal and this transformation would only come from the center of its heart for the highest good of all, so all will benefit. And so be it as we begin. I'm welcoming everybody today. Thank you all, beautiful audience, for being here today. Today is a very, very special day for Michael and I, and we want you for sure to stay all the way to the end because Michael has a very special announcement on the end. And believe me, you want to be here live because you want to hear what he's going to share. So here we are, my love, you and I. Right here, we're not in a temple. We're not on a pyramid. We're not on a sacred site. We're in an apartment right here in Germantown, right?
Yeah, it's
upstairs. We slept on a mattress, and it's the Ascension hour. We're right here in the Ascension. You've been facilitating healing sessions for 4 days in a row. Lots of different clients. Your body hurts. All of this stuff happening. You barely slept last night, and here we are. Ascension. I want you to speak in this moment what your awareness of ascension truly is. What would you say? What it really is? Where am I in my ascension journey?
It's a very powerful question. I feel like, just to catch where you last left off in the sense of like, where my body hurts and going through all these elements, that if I were just to bring it to the straight simplicity of what feels in my heart is I really believe ascension is the embodiment of God's love. When I say God's love, I mean, just as you said, bringing God's love through the tiredness, bringing God's love through the achiness of my body, bringing God's love in each action so that we can lead through our love. And not just human love, but the divine love, the love that we recognize as the supreme love of the universe. And it takes me back really when I feel that many can relate when we were children, when there was this innocence of just pure divine essence of this love that really allowed us to move throughout the day in a way that we were loving everything. We were loving the trees that we hugged. We loved the children, our adults. I know you, when you were a child, as you told me, and as I was a child, there was this giddy, excited, just stream light of life force love that came through us. And I really feel our journey of ascension is bringing this through us, but really utilizing this divine love in our essence of being it, in our presence when we meet the emotions, when we meet our mental thoughts, when we meet our physicality, all those relationships that we are constantly evolving, constantly expanding, it's bringing that through us naturally in us, because I really believe it's already here. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do. It's already within us. So as we expand that sacred divine Christed light within us, it is our beingness, our human beingness, that we get to fully express that in each and every action. And that's where I believe this journey is really become a wild adventure, because there's going to be days where you may not feel like this exuberant, fun-loving, as you saw when I woke up, kind of tired, exhausted.
So that's where I want to bring it, as you're saying this, like, so it's like, where are you right now, and how you doing with it? Because there is this thing about the idea of it. So as we have had with so many guests, Michael, like you've seen some of the show, we're all talking about the same thing, the embodiment. So we have the understanding of embodiment, and then here is the experience. And how do you feel you're doing with embodiment? Honestly, like, where are you for the audience? Like, be raw and real about this.
I feel raw and real in the sense that I'm getting better and better each and every day. I mean, I do have to say that when connecting to the divine, especially in your biofield alignment meditation, in meeting the divine first thing in the morning, it really feels like it's that cup of medicine that allows me to move through these pockets, let's just call it pockets of density, pockets of unconscious energy. And so I feel there's days I'm doing amazing. And then, as you've seen, there's days that I don't have it. There's days that I'm like, okay, here comes the tiredness again. Here comes the exhaustion. How can I meet that in a way where I'm not projecting it? I'm not letting my beautiful, sweet, kind, everlasting spirit, go into the shadow of what that limitation is. So I do believe it's been a powerful journey. And the more that starting off in that meditation has given me the power and strength to look at what I believe the limitations that have held me in such contraction or stagnation. And the more that I come back to the heart, come back to compassion, come back to gratitude. Even today, when we're dropping my car off and driving to the mechanic, and I haven't slept, haven't ate, I could just feel that grizzly bear. And I'm like, okay, breathing compassion, breathing gratitude, breathing.
That's what I want to ask you. Like, when you meet that, like this for the audience, like, so here's on the ascension journey, you're in this moment and you really recognize embodiment is the key, because you have the understanding and you want to bring it into the body. And then you some days, like you said, it is fantastic, and some days it's just not, because of life circumstance. And yet, okay, so you do the meditation. Michael is part of my group, and he's one of the first out of 4 that's being certified with the biofield alignment meditation guide. And what that does in the alignment. So then here it is, then you meet exhaustion, you meet tiredness, and the thing is, like, how do you move through it? So audience will know that. Like, what are some of the things that you feel like, okay, this really worked for me? Like, I know
so
this.
here's a pure example, live example. You ready? Yeah. So as you were all ready to go to get in the car, and you said, Michael, where's your keys? And I was like, I don't know. And so all of a sudden I caught myself afterwards, because I saw that snappy, kind of tired grizzly of like just trying to get one shoe in front of the other, one shirt. And obviously being up here, everything's kind of like condensed in a very small area. So it really put me into this refinement of saying, wow, right when I said that, immediately I was like, I caught myself the moment afterwards.
Because the awareness was there.
Because the awareness was there that I did not come from love. I came from more of a triggered state of frustration, because I just was trying to.
And I closed the door and I went downstairs. I'm like, I'm not engaging. I'm going to go heat the car up, because it's 26 degrees down here.
Right. And usually what happens is you're already getting ready an hour or two before me. You've already brushed your teeth. You've already done everything, and I'm still like waking up. And so I'm moving at a different pace than you. So how I would utilize that in this morning, and this an example, is when that part of me came up that I know that was lesser than my divine self, lesser than coming from divine love. Immediately what I did is I drew awareness to it. And then I stopped. And then I took a deep breath. And then I just allowed myself just to bring myself back into alignment, and just bringing my moment to this presence, and really felt the opportunity to say, okay, just breathe in and breathe out, so I could fully be here and now. And then bring love, bring my natural Christed heart, bring my natural essence straight toward that frustration, straight toward that. And I literally was like, okay, I see your frustration. Okay, I honor your frustration. I acknowledge your frustration. And I'm going to send all of my love. I'm going to send all of my acceptance to you so that I can stream that natural essence of what we all have directly into that suppressed, dense pocket that came up. So that would be an example immediately, by going directly to the breath, meeting in my awareness, and then bringing all of my love to that energy, so that energy can start to transform, release, and as well bring awareness that I'm not going to be building that density and giving more power to that than the love that I know is in my Christed diamond heart.
Because see, why I'm asking is what's so important about this, the whole focus of this series is this Ascension Hour. How are we really alchemizing Ascension? Okay, so we have these higher connections with higher dimensional beings. We work with angels. We work with ascended masters, many masters that walk on earth before. And then here we are in our earthly garment, and we are here to meet many different density consciousness. So we know that on an intellectual level, and we know it on a mental level. Then there's another thing when we meet it emotionally, and then there's another thing to meet it physically, and allowing the consciousness of ascension. Ascending means, ascending to a higher conscious awareness and bringing it back in descension into the body. So, and the key, and how is the walk of that? How's really the embodiment of it? Because, like you said, some days it is better and better. It keeps getting better and better. And some days it just isn't, because for whatever reason, there is an area that has had a much hold over a person. And that's very important for the audience to know, that it's like you're sent back over and over to the drawing board until you can somehow get a hold over that. And I feel like what I've seen you over these years, you've finally gotten that bull, your inner bull, by the horn. You finally managed to freaking grab that bull by the horn, nobody else's bull but yours, and tame it. And be like, you know what? No, you are not going to be in charge anymore. I'm in charge, and I'm going to tell you what to do. Okay, no, you're not going to like blow up. No, you're going to be here. And it's okay for you to be tired, exhausted, hungry and hangry, everything. And no, but we're going to bring love to it. And it is truly something else. It really, truly, and there's a sweet nectar with it when you get like a taste of, wow, I was able to alchemize it here with love. Because we say love, but we don't really know what that is until it's experienced. Kind of like the movie yesterday, right? With the little alien touched it, and it's like, what is that? By the way, that movie was so cute. We totally recommend it. What was it? Christmas, the Alien Christmas.
Alien Xmas. And just to follow up, you said it so elegantly. And for those that are on this ascension journey, even for those that are awakening and those that have been on this for many years, decades, I really feel that this temple, this sacred vessel, has the ability to bring forth the greatest divine capacity of everything that Source has brought us forward. And to really bring that into our actualization comes into alignment. And I feel that alignment is so powerful when we can go a little deeper and start to say, as this morning, okay, where's my physical alignment? Where's my emotional alignment? Where's my mental alignment? And where's my spiritual alignment? And really, how am I feeling right now? Because I believe feeling is everything in our vibration. As you know, everything's frequency, everything's vibration. And if we're out of alignment, there is a direct relationship of how we're feeling. So I feel that's a gauge for many to say, well, where am I right now? What's going on? What emotion, what feeling, what energy is passing by? Because that can allow me to see where I'm at in my vibrational frequency.
Yeah. And this reminds me, because this also brings it straight to here. For years, you and I, my goodness, we've just, when it comes around December, we've had to plan before, okay, which country we're going to be, where are we going to be, where are we going to be 12-12, where are we going to be 12-21, and like all this on the land and all of this. And you've seen me within the last couple of years, all of that has just stripped away. And I remember you had a little bit of a hard time with that. And I was like, there's nowhere to be but right here in this portal. I want to be in this Stargate. Like today, this massive Stargate, it's not on the outside. There's nowhere to be but right here. And look, here we are. It's about to be 12:21 in 2 minutes. We're right here in it. Yeah. And right here in our home, in this wonderful apartment, but nowhere else, but like literally right here, embodiment. That means you really have to come back in. And there's been this desire to be chasing it on the outside, especially those of us that did planetary work. That was part of it. We had to get out and do all this stuff on the land. Yet there's been this call to come back in and finally start meeting these different vibrations, frequency in all these bodies, and bring it here. Like it's like bring all the goods here, bring all the goods here. And I don't know, I feel very proud of us right now. That's about to be 12:21, and I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Here we are, Michael, in the simplicity, nowhere else to be, perfectly happy. And you're going to have a session with Dale today, Dale Allen Hoffman. Then we're going to go as a family watch Avatar. Like here it is. And the richness of it. The magnet, no, we don't have to be on top of the Pyramid of Giza today. Although those are beautiful, but this becomes like the true richness. And that's what I'm really appreciating. Like really, I feel like you and I finally synchronized in this place.
It's so beautiful. I mean, I feel there's such a joy that there's nowhere to go and nothing to do other than just to be what's already here. And I feel like the more we become aware that this Stargate is already within us.
Hold on a minute. Here's 12:21. Don't do anything. Wait. Don't do anything, because I have. Wait. I'm gonna have to take a picture of this one real quick. Hold on a minute. Here's our picture. Hold on a minute. 12:21. Hold on. I hope it came out good. Hold on. It's still 12:21. Michael, here we are. We're inside of it with everybody else. Okay.
now that we're in the Stargate, I just want to say, I feel my whole journey has been in preparation to meet you, honey. As you know, the journey of what I was brought into my childhood, and I feel the gift in this ascension journey is when we can really feel this divine love. That is like the greatest gift of what I feel ascension is all about. When we can really tap into it, and it's not necessarily you need to be in a divine union, you need to be in a relationship, you need to have all these things, but it glistens, it shimmers, it moves it to a whole other level when I can share that deep divine love with you, and we get to celebrate that and magnetize it and irradiate it and illuminate that in ways that tickle us, because we are having fun with it. We're not trying to push or pull or get anywhere. We're more or less enjoying each other. Most important, enjoying our direct relationship with the Creator, with God, because
and that experience, like that experience where all of ourselves are meeting each other, and you and I have had, we have so much of this experience where our inner child, the teenager, the adult, elderly meets, then all of our bodies are meeting, like all these monads are meeting, all of our parts are meeting each other. And there's this whole, it's like a whole interaction of all of us and all of our lives together, especially when we're in this total alignment. It's so rich, the experience, and it's so fulfilling from anything else on the outside of it. And we just get to interact with that frequency that's so golden, and it's truly Christed, like that crystalline light. And the spark of this luminosity we experience from our heart, and all those ideas that drop in to just, we recognize it's to serve from here, it's to create the goodness from here, it's to give it away from here, and like, my God, bless everybody else with it, because we know you and I can't just contain it with each other. And so like we have to like share it, whether we have continuously gatherings or with our family or the animals, like out, we always have to share this, because you and I can't contain it by ourselves. It's not possible. We'll blow up. We have to share it. We have to like keep sharing it. And that's a true enriched experience. That starts with ourselves first, our daily devotion and practice.
I feel there's just like this joy that we get to be here, share it, and most important, just allow what's coming through. Because don't you feel like once you just get a taste of it, once you feel that, it's like there's no going back. Like once we really feel that connection, that God's love, that where you're connected so deep, the tears are coming through, your body's floating, whether it's in meditation or you're outside or you're holding a newborn and you're staring into their eyes, and Source just communicates so deeply. It's like, why would I choose any lesser energy to focus on when this is available to all of us at any moment? Now, obviously, due to the struggles and pains of life that we're shifting out of, from suffering to creation and joy and light, there are those moments that we each have to move through those.
Yep.
Yet we have the choice at any moment just to bring our hands over our heart, to feel that deep, deep connection within us, and really just allow that to circulate through and move in ways that I believe is the journey for many of us, to keep illuminating and radiating through our fun, through our play. It doesn't have to be a journey of suffering. It doesn't have to be a journey of challenge. It doesn't have to be, like you said, we have to go all these places, do this. It can be right here, right now, just by tuning into our sacred heart. Because as you know, and many know, all of the masters, all of the prophets, they always pointed to their heart of that sacred portal. And for us to really embody it through how we feel, that's what I enjoy, because there's no faking it, really. There's no like, I'm moving through the ascension journey, because that's a mental game. Or when we come into our heart, you can feel it, I can feel it, people around us can feel it. And that, I feel, is the greatest joy, because when we get to share it, it's almost like when you think of the ascension journey, embodied to the depth where, how grateful are we that we get to share it with each and every person that crosses our path. That to me is like, wow. Like it gives me goosebumps. Like the gift to say, this ascension is just not for me. It's for the whole collective. And when we can transmute some of these collective debris that we've all been going through, and then we're on the other side of it, and that gift comes up of like, wow, now I get to share the gift from the tragedy or the pain or the suffering that pulled us so deep many times. Now we're on the other side. Now we get to share and speak from that direct experience of how it moved us, which ultimately moves that transformation from the densities in those pockets that just want to be free.
For sure. So I have a question for you. I'm gonna do a question for both of us. And I ask you, and then you ask me. So this is 6 years later. You and I met in November. Our journey took off. We shared 1221. 1212 was our, we were in Tulum 6 years ago. We did that massive Stargate work, and we're just friends. That was our first kiss. And then 1221, 6 years ago, we were running. We were in Guatemala, and then we came to
Belize.
Tikal. We came to Belize, but when we were in Tikal in Guatemala the day before, that means yesterday, you and I had that phenomenal experience in Tikal with those pyramids, and how insane that was. Like trying to cross the border, we had like 45 minutes. We had to get in, and the assignment was so clear. We had to find the seventh temple. We go there, we're looking at the maps. There is no freaking seventh temple. We and I have to go like hide somewhere. Council of Light coming in through me, which you and I barely knew each other. I'm like, oh shit, like he's gonna hear me going transmission. And then we had to go do it. And I was like, I don't know if he knows what he's doing. We had to go create that field, and that experience we had where then between the two, the masculine and feminine temple, that rainbow that appeared above us, where we both instantly knew, okay, all right, we are each other's beloved, and here's the journey, right? Like there's so much, and here we are 6 years later. So let me ask you this. I'm laying that in the background for the audience. So if I were to ask you from yourself, Michael, where on your ascension journey where you are now, from 6 years ago till now, what have you, hands down, you nailed it and you got this, like, yep, you alchemized this one, and where's the area? Nope, I still don't got this one. What is the one for you? So be honest.
So I just have to speak from direct experience. The area that I know that I still don't have, I'm getting better and better, but I know it still affects me, really is my physical energy, my physical body and its energy. When I feel I overextend myself, exhaust myself, when that energy comes up,
You mean when your physical body feels exhausted or tired?
When my physical body feels exhausted or tired, and I need to and I don't give myself the time to rest or process or integrate that exhaustion. I know I don't have it right now, where I'm the very next day, I can feel still the frustration, the exhaustion, and just this irritability in my field of anger, of just sometimes coming over me and just being like kind of getting on myself, like getting down on myself of like, why didn't you rest? Why didn't you give space between? And I know there's this portion of this irritability, frustration that when it moves through me in my most vulnerable moments, it's like a perfect storm. Add not eating to it, add not sleeping to it. It's like a trifecta where all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'm hangry, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I've overextended myself. That stage I'm working on so much, and I feel like
you don't have this part down yet. So it's a work in progress, because my question was the great one first. You didn't even start with there, because we know, you and I know, okay, this is still in the working works, and I've been a witness to that, because it takes so much of your attention. It's been amazing how much it takes your attention, but this is your journey, and that's why I want raw and honest. Like, yeah, this area is still like I'm moving through it. I don't have this down yet, and you will for sure, but not yet.
But the good news about that, and the reason why I brought that up first, is because I'm directly going through it right now. So if people can see these eyes that are a little bloodshot this morning, and just recognize that it's been 4 or 5, really 6 days of straight healing sessions, that I am getting better and better at getting on camera, speaking the truth of this tired and exhaustion, and allowing myself to be real and raw without making excuses, without deflecting. And really the ultimate, which I feel is for everyone, is when that energy comes through to.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I've been working, Michael, be aware of exhaustion, tiredness, all of this. So since I arrived Saturday, it's so much in his field, and he keeps talking about it. I'm like, Michael, don't even mention it, just observe it. But this is the part that he's learning not to say, so you don't give it extra attention. So it's a work in progress. But what have you nailed, my love? Have you nailed in this ascension?
I feel what I've nailed is when I bring in the presence of divine through me,
Mm,
in the facilitation of
mm,
any healing, of
yeah,
any level where I can be in a state of presence to hold that sacred flame as the sacred divine masculine and
mm,
holding that security, holding that protection. And what I really feel, and most I feel recognizes for me, is the love that I have when I just embrace those in my life,
yeah,
whether it's you, my sacred beloved, and embracing that love, whether it's a stranger on the street. I feel like the mastery of love within me to really hold that in the most sacred space, and what I feel is even expanding deeper and deeper is allowing that channel to open up so that I get out of my way and then feel even greater amounts of love that wants to come through me to alchemize those small little pockets that sometimes, steer me based on limited emotions or limited awareness. So that love that you've seen that comes through me, that love of when I'm with your children, that love when I'm, with our family, that love when I'm in a healing session, that love that just embraces myself, embraces the individuals, embraces the energy. I feel like it's always been there in the service, as you saw in the video I put down. I mean, I cry when I'm in service. I cry when I'm helping individuals because it's God's tears that are falling through me. And it's like, wow, just to be in the presence of this divinity. It's like, give me one day and I'll ascend. Give me a lifetime, I'll ascend. Just to have that moment of feeling so grateful to be in the presence of it and then help serve another is like, it's like beyond
jackpot,
words.
jackpot.
It's even hard to put in words because we're trying to give a language to it. Yet when that feeling overtakes you, it's like you almost want to hug everything and around you because it's like you said, it's hard to contain. It's like even
Yes.
in this body, it's hard to contain. So I would say that is my mastery, and now bringing that mastery to the limited side is very big.
That's why I asked that question, because for audience, it's so important on your ascension journey, an area that you really had a triumph. You were able to, what I would say, truly overcome. It's so important for it to be recognized. A lot of times we just let it pass. We go to another one, but we don't give it recognition. So what happens, we're looking for the recognition on the outside somehow. And it's so important to stop along the way on the ascension journey, on this walk. Give yourself little pats in the back, hug yourself, yes, and get excited for yourself. Yes, I did this one. Yes, I did this one. Celebrate yourself. So you're never waiting on the outside to celebrate you. You're never waiting for outside to appreciate you. You're never waiting for outside to, like truly acknowledge you, because this is a self beautiful expression that wants to experience itself in its wholeness. And then once you've done that, then you can apply these stepping stones of greatness into these areas that are still in the working progress. But when we don't even stop and give them acknowledgement, it's like a hole. It just like washes out of a sink. You every now and then you got to pull that up, fill it in. And this is why I wanted to ask you about that.
And
So yeah.
if I may just draw a little more depth on what I first said, and the reason why I went to the area that I'm working on versus the one I have down is because I feel it's so valuable for everyone that's listening, because there's been a message that has been coming through me these past 6 days, really my whole life, but it's been coming forth so strong. And as you know, when we see the people in our lives, we see the individuals that come in, I really believe underneath that tiredness, that exhaustion, the root and the depth of what it comes down to is self-care. And I find self-care is the action of self-love. And
Yes.
that I keep feeling the divine communicating me how important it is to really prioritize the love we have for ourselves. Because once that is placed into action, the exhaustion, the tiredness, the hunger, these are all areas of where I've overextended myself. And in many of us as healers, it's so easy as mothers, as fathers, as sisters and brothers to put everything in front of us and put ourselves last because of just the condition of like, oh, it's selfish, oh, it's vain, it's egotistic. But really, that self-love is the self divine coming through us, because that's our portal. And if we're not prioritizing our own health, well-being, self-respect, self-honor, self-appreciation, self-celebration, that to me is the grounding of what's coming through. Because if we're not doing that, you see what happens. I mean, we see this many times where so many people are out of their body and they're doing phenomenal areas, but because they have a hard time coming back and grounding it, unfortunately, they're thrown all over the place. And, you know, when we look at Ascension, when we say embodying it, we're not only embodying it, we're bringing it through us, but we're bringing it through us in a grounded, structured, connected, stabilized, aligned state of being. And if we're kind of like tilted and we're moving all over the place, we're not organized, we're not firm, we're not in this place of direct connection, then that's not allowing us to be in our fully divine state of being.
Yeah,
So
bravo. And also with that, what becomes so important is choices, you know, like for choices become, there's one thing to know that of self-care, which is vital and necessary. Then the other part is giving yourself permission to actually exercise those choices. Like on this trip, there are all these days, and some of it has been choices. And, you know, you and I always communicate, Michael, do you want to do this? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm like, are you sure? There's that thing. Yeah, I'm okay. But there's that overextension. So that's that part of then exercise, dare to exercise those choices. And then because it goes into trust and all of that. And that's the value. And I feel what I value and appreciate, you know, on this ascension, there's something really amazing that you and I as a couple are sharing our ascension walk. And you and I don't believe in as we're twin flames or anything, because you and I don't resonate with that. We recognize there is a diamond frequency that you and I are assigned to alchemize through our sacred divine union, in both individually first, and then with its own shared energy to be brought forth in that SophiaKryst light. And we each have a responsibility, strictly ourselves first, and then to the union. So the union is its walk of ascension also is able to be very crystalline, clear, and of pure service. This space of love we share that is bringing through the solutions, the new innovations, the new authorities of the new ways for the new realities of Earth. And that's what we're really, and this is why we went to Florida, so we can start to bring them in, that space opening up. And now super freaking excited with Ascension Alchemy Ministry Association. We finally have our ministry and our members and the entire collaboration with all these incredible people that have joined forces with them, and so many more coming. Like, and I am so freaking excited about 2023. Like I can't help myself but to keep experiencing it. Wow, like this love of ours keeps growing and keeps expanding and keeps serving, and there's like no end to this. It keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it's fantastic. And you and I are benefiting greater and greater.
isn't it interesting on the ascension journey, when that divine love expands greater and greater, how it envelops all those other areas that had such control or such pull over us? And I feel that's one of the excitements of one of the gifts of the ascension is like when
Oh yeah, speak your truth, my love. Oh yeah.
you give yourself this is what I have to work on. When I give myself the opportunity to truly love myself to the fullest expression. And as you can see, I'm still.
You better love yourself, buddy. 2023, I'm going to put you on a schedule of self-love.
Self-love. And part of that self-love is not overextension, but here's the gift. When I give myself the opportunity to really love myself and really dedicate that, then I give the gift to share that with you. I give that gift to share it outwardly so that this cup is overflowed with so much love that there's no needing of any love on the outside. There's no recognition or authority or validation or acceptance that I need on the outside. It's this refilling of the cup on the inside. And to me, it's like the greatest feeling, because nothing can touch that when you really feel in love with yourself, when you really feel grateful with yourself. And that to me is like, wow, for those that are like, well, why would I want to be on the Ascension journey? Why would I want to awaken? Because when you tap into it, it's like beyond heaven's dream. It's like the magic that you touch and feel. It's like, oh my gosh, I want to like practice this in every moment so I can share this. So when people can share and see what's happening, we're all benefiting together. And that benefit, I feel, becomes a worldwide collective domino effect. That's like, my goodness, can you imagine all the ones that are on the ascension process and all the ones that are not, that it's okay, but those that keep raising in the number, we unite this field, this holy flame within us. And I feel like we're lighting up this world in this path in the new earth that we're so blessed, because many times we can say, why'd I choose to come during this time? Yet when you see and feel the value and just the appreciation of what we're doing inside of ourselves, and then recognize the greater plan on the outside, is priceless.
And we're changing those templates. For example, you and I are Sacred Divine Union, something very important you touch, where we have recognized the responsibility of the inner fulfillment first. And that includes the sexual energy. So because those templates, whether in a female form or a male form, where, for you to feel better, you would want to engage in a sexual energy just to give you a little lift, a boost. Like you and I have been very conscious of that, no, like it's a different template you're operating from. No, that's a whole different energy we interact with. It's in its full vibration, not because, okay, I'm going to interact with your template because it's going to temporarily make me feel better. Like those are all changing. So we're creating the changes in reality. We're changing the chemistry of the cellular consciousness of our ancestry, so that we bring online through this ascension work in our Sacred Divine Union, the new templates that is harmonized. Like, no, we're not gonna take advantage of each other's field because we don't feel good. Like, no, we're very consciously aware. We're gonna raise the vibration with ourselves first, align that, and then engage. So it's a very pure frequency. And I feel what I love is you and I recognize what it's like to engage with pure frequency. You and I dedicated to the pure flame, the pure white flame. That's our cause. So we're not interested in a lot of these outside stimulus. We know, they have their purpose, but that's not our dedication. And we recognize that those who are drawn to us are also at this more of this mastery level. They're cut out from that outside to really to create the infrastructure from within, exactly how we came into the soul plane here, with all of that extension of mastery from all these planes of consciousness, planets and off-planet systems, so that we can bring the infrastructure from inside out, changes for the new humanity. So it really goes back, it starts to fulfill within, and every part of it has to be addressed. There's no going anywhere. And that's what I love.
So speaking about every part, question back to you, my love.
Yeah.
So
I love
on this ascension journey,
yeah.
What do you feel that you've completely mastered and you're just like, ta-da, I am like fully filled in the enrichment of it. And
Yeah.
what is the area like, you know what? I have not mastered this. This still is something that I am working on to help bring that alignment within myself. In your fullest, raw, real, and
Absolutely.
greatest expression of authenticity.
I feel the part that I've really gotten down, that I'm very proud of myself. I've nailed this is that refinement of that listening when I receive those guidance and boldly following them so boldly, no question, in 100% trust and faith, and just stand in such tower of resurrection. I got this. I love that. I love that about, I just love that frequency. I love that, like, the expression of it, and being a witness what that has done to individuals around me, the people that I love, my immediate family and friends and all of that. When I have remained in complete tact and integrity of that guidance and not steering in any way, like as-sarota mustaqim. So I got that down and I keep listening, and I've rocked this one. So where I haven't, I really have to say, again, gotten better and better, is hurt to children and animals. I really have to say, this is the part that I'm still in. It's in the working progress for me. Any how you say, malicious hurt towards animal and children for me is the same. The way that would affect me, I'm getting better. That, like, I feel like I'm developing a stronger muscle in handling that. So I'm not into outrage and just, yeah, they know it. That's the part. So that's the part, and I feel I'm doing better and better. Like one good example was what's happening in Iran that I spoke with on the last week's show. What's happening to so many of the children just being killed and all that. I'm able to stay here in my lane, and I'm able to see it through the higher lens and not get pulled. So I'm able to have that conversation. So I feel like there's a muscle that's gotten better, and there's a muscle with my own children that's gotten better. It's better. Is it like the way I've nailed it? No, definitely it's way to go, but no, it's in the work in progress, and I'm getting glimpses. Oh, I got this one better. Oh, I got this one better. So I get to celebrate those little tiny triumphs right now, without being so torn apart into pieces the way I would. Like, I mean, just crushed, devastated, fallen apart. Like, it was awful. So that's the part. So thank you for that question.
You're welcome. Thank you for the opportunity to reflect that, not only on myself, but both our union and just the state of our divine, sacred, masculine, and feminine coming together in our unity Christ conscious has been quite the journey. And I feel like, every day, every month, every year, it just gets stronger. And I wouldn't change a thing. Many times when we look at how we can reflect back, I always feel it's great to say that everything happens for a reason. There's no accidents, and everything that we're moving through is
I think we're finally in that place we can say, oh yeah, I feel we're on this other side of it, like, oh yeah, all of that was part of it too. But we don't get upset over it. We're just like in celebration of it, and that's what I love.
Don't you feel like, and this is one thing that's really been happening to me lately, and I know it sounds probably weird and strange, but isn't it almost interesting when the debris does come up, there's almost this excitement of like, ooh, like when I was driving today, I was like, oh, okay, there's frustration. Oh, I'm gonna breathe into that. Oh, there's irritability. Oh, there's tiredness. So now it's like this active
Excitement.
to be like, oh, wow, look what this showed up. Look what this showed up, because I know I'm not judging it as harshly as I would in the past. I'm not blaming myself. I'm not getting upset on anyone's reaction. All I'm doing is saying, wow, there's that
You
piece
feel
that
empowered because you know you can actually do something about it too. And that's
and
what's amazing.
and it's so cool
So great.
to not only realize it's not just for me, it's for the collective, because as you know, as we know, once we transform it within ourselves, it becomes a beautiful walking, talking guide to help others in our direct experience. It's like there's so many that I know that are going to be waking up in the millions in the next months and years. So many people are coming up, and to have these conversations, to me, it's like we do this daily out of normality, right? But when we get to exchange this and share it with ones, it's like the gift keeps rising. It's like the gift ascends and ascends and ascends, and there's like this aspect within us. It's like, oh my gosh, it's so juicy, it's so delicious, and then you see it and share it with others, and you see their joy, and then you step back and you're like, wow, how perfectly these experiences had to happen at this exact moment, because maybe a year ago I wouldn't be able to handle this. Maybe 6 years ago I would not. So everything that's come up, especially in our relationship, where it's been, I mean, we can write a book on these first 6 years of like how we chose to like really handle some of the most challenging levels, but all of it is like the greatest gift of now how we get to share.
We can really, I feel you and I 6 years later where we are right in this moment where we are in ourselves, in our own ascension journey, and then together as a sacred union. And we've been feeling this for a while, like, wow, there's this appreciation of everything we've experienced, like including all the hardship we've experienced, because there's that clarity and deliciousness of the ease now, and all is well, and none of that is an issue anymore. It's really matured, and that's what I really love. And I feel our love has grown so deep. It's so solid, and that's what feels amazing, and it's incredible.
It's even more magical.
Yeah.
The magical nature is, look what we're moving into in 2023. Add that number up.
I go 223 because it's the 5th, and I want to know, okay, what's coming up for you personally? So as we, and what do you want to share? What's coming up for you?
First of all, you know me. And if there's any person that's watching this that will go with my gift, since we're at the end of our show, is 2023 equals what number? 7. It enters our 7th. We're going into our 7th year.
Yep, you
of
and
our
I.
journey.
Yep.
It's also a
That's
master number.
for Michael and I. We should
And-
have another wedding.
Yeah. And I am turning 47, which is 11, a master number, 711.
Yes, thank God, my dreams are coming true.
And so what I recognize in this 2023 that's coming up for me is a master year. And this master year, which I do recognize, what's coming forth is, I know in 2023, there's going to be a higher regimen of me being on video, a higher regimen of me bringing forth some very powerful sacred healings that I've not exposed yet, but it's coming through me, and the divine wants me to come through, even in the channeling of what's coming through, not as incorporated, but what's moving through me to share with other individuals. Because what I'm recognizing, honey, and I feel you know this, the deeper that we all, myself, connect into the divine, the clearer the messages come through. And what I'm really starting to see is my mediumship taking off, where when I'm sitting with people, I'm hearing so much what wants to be said. And now I'm recognizing, oh my gosh, years before I would maybe not hear it, or I did hear it, but I didn't trust it, or I didn't like completely align with it because I was still doubting or maybe consumed with overly listening. But there becomes this, which this multidimensional skill where you're listening and you're listening to the individual, and then you're listening behind you, and then you're listening to the multidimensional energies that are coming through. So I believe and know for a fact that everything's going to shift in what I'm offering, everything that's going to come through. And so I see myself in greater levels of allowing the divine to come through me, speak through me, and help others, as well as these hands are going to go in ways where I'm recognizing this golden light that's expanding, 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 to really work with telekinesis, work with the energy of using hands to do what we all can do, what we've been given in working with shrinking tumors, working with, mending bones, doing psychic surgeries, doing things that has been told, but now really bring through into that instant manifestation of what we may call miraculous healing, but it's not miraculous. It's actually allowing the divine to come through us, be in that state of divinity, and move through. So I'm very excited to bring forth that, as well as expand the greater form of what you've seen already in Sacred Divine Masculine retreats, expanding the Sacred Divine Masculine not only within the group circles on Siesta Key, but in our Ascension Alchemy, to go through our international groups and our members that will be joining us, to bring it so that everyone has the opportunity, whether it's in person, but also online, so individuals can feel that freedom to be connected. And I know that's going to rise and rise and rise. So I feel this year is it's like I'm riding a wave right now, and I feel the waves getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Our love is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And I feel that the greatest gift of 2023 is what you've been, majority, the leg behind it, the force behind it, is our Ascension Alchemy ministry. And I feel that is coming forward for both of us to bring forth our dream of what I feel from since we were born, guided to present in this 2023, which I just, every year is magical, but 2023 just feels like we're getting over like a major hump in the collective right now. I feel like all of this chaos that has had to happen these past couple of years were the momentum to be the driving force for the calm that's ahead of us, that calmness that's going to allow us to really connect and really feel the full potential, which I believe my fullest potential is really going to shine its highest star of presenting greater levels of expanded healings, as well as this right here coming out.
And we have a pretty full schedule going to 2023 with Ascension Alchemy Ministry, as it is for individuals that are joining us in membership and having the membership that we're offering, all those generous offerings we have based on whether they sign up for the $22 a month, $44 a month, or $88 a month, just in what you and I are offering. Then on top of it, the collaborations in the directive, all of these people that have joined our ministry in collaboration, part of the directory, that they're offering special offers to all the members while they're a member themselves. It's like this incredible network of light in complete new ways. And what I'm so excited about is the area that I did in 2006 with some group. I couldn't completely fulfill it because there wasn't enough people as the driving force. And now it's like, now is the time. It's like a second opportunity given, but at such a powerful force, because the structure is you and I, it's like grounded in that pure divine love. That's what we needed a few days to go through all of our clearings ourselves to ground it. So you and I are now like this. And that's what I love. We're standing on this now, and off we take off, not just for us, but for the humanity, our pure divine mission. And it is through our association, private ministry association. And my goodness, how freaking fantastic it is. Like, it's amazing. And I'm just so excited to share all of this with you and everyone. It's wow. And your part in your true masculine, like just running with it. It's fantastic. I love it. I love it.
So
and
great.
I love you. And I love having you on as my last guest of 2022 on Winter Solstice.
Because we're in the holiday season and we're going through the levels that I would like to.
Yeah. You have something special to offer because you and I love giving.
It's going to be magical. It's going to be amazing. And I can't reveal all of it. All I can say is this, is that I am going to present something brand new.
Okay.
Something that I have not done before, but I will be doing it for anyone that is watching right now.
Okay. The one that are live right now.
Ones that are live.
This is what's the surprise you wanted to give. Okay, so tell us, say. So those who are live right now, okay.
Those that are live right now.
Okay, what do they got to do?
All they have to do is email me immediately.
Okay, which one? Your email or Ascension Alchemy?
Well, they could do Ascension Alchemy. Yeah, I guess Ascension Alchemy would be the fastest way. Ascension Alchemy, www.ascension, ASCENSIONALCHEM.
No, hold on, not W. You want them to email, right? So I'll post it here. Ascension Alchemy Ministry at gmail.com.
First one that emails us at our email address here is going to receive a very specialized Zoom healing that I'm going to present for the very first time to an individual that they're going to receive, that I am excited, delighted, and it's going to be actually the initiation of what I'm going to be presenting in 2023. But because we're so grateful to have those that are watching here, when we receive the very first email that says, I am ready to receive.
Okay, but hold on. Because I love this, but hold on, this is sending me. So if they're going to come to Ascension Alchemy Ministry at gmail.com, first, you have to accept being our member. So we're going to have you send that to you. You have to accept that. We have a one-time $11.11 joining. This is very important. You must join in order to be able to receive this. And then Michael can offer this to you.
And how can they join immediately, honey?
That's it. I'll send them because now we have it set up. So once they email, we send them the attachment. They sign it. They send it back. They process the 1111. Khalas, that's it. We're now set up totally. And then they're the first one, the very first one. So I'm going to so make sure you have to email Ascension Alchemy Ministry at gmail.com. Let me ask you a question. Is there any way that can be then exposed live what you do?
I'm sure. I mean, if
they're willing,
they're open and
so
willing.
cool to see what is this new thing you're doing, because I don't even know about it.
That's the thing. I can't expose it now because it's going to be something very powerful, amazing, and unique. And if I were to say it, it would take, as you know, the surprise.
No, don't say it. So hopefully, whoever is that first one, they will give permission for this to be recorded live, so that way others can see what this magnificent healing is that you bring.
If they feel comfortable. If they don't, I want to feel honored to it, because I know what's coming through me is pretty powerful. I'm excited to share that, and it's joyful because I know, coming into the new year, it is a year of 7. So you can put that in your email to 7, in the sense so that they can acknowledge the hint will be 7, because you got to watch this whole, or those that have been here to the very end can now go ahead and email us, and I will go ahead and set that up for the new year.
Okay, well, you take care of that. Wonderful. Well, me love, you were amazing. Thank you so much for being my guest today. Thank you for celebrating this day with me and with our family and Juju Berry and Juju Butter and all the animals inside, and a beautiful sunny day. And you're going to have an amazing session with Dale Allen Hoffman, our dear sacred brother. And my gosh, we get on winter solstice today, we are going to go watch Avatar with our family. We're going to have like the best day today, and just in the simplicities and all that we have endured, experienced, and expanded together on our walk. It's so fantastic. I'm so thankful.
Thank you, love. It's of great honor and great appreciation that I get to be your final guest of the 2022 year of 222, the year that we brought our initiation of our sacred union together in our sacred marriage. So to finish the year on 2022 in the year that we brought through our celebration and unification is of greatest joy and happiness. And it's great because you can even see my energy shifted from this morning.
There you go. I told you, put the energy on love. Look what happens. Don't talk about the other ones. Talk about this. Look what happens.
Thank you,
And
love.
thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you so much. We cannot wait to read your comments. We're so excited. Happy celebration wherever you are. And again, the Ascension Walk is about sharing. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to share the video. In just a minute, as soon as we finish, I'm going to put the email in here, and also the link would be ready. We're going to post it on my HoniB Boardon Author Speaker Healer page. It's going to be on Ascension Alchemy page. So please reshare the video, this YouTube, and for others to benefit. And happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah, happy Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, happy New Year. So much love. And please join us in the new year with so much with our Ascension Alchemy. You can email us at ascensionalchemyministry@gmail.com to receive all the information to join us, join our membership, and get all the member benefits and all the fantastic ways that we're supporting global community. It's amazing. So much love to all of you.